if this Macarena tune does not send you back in time, I don't know what will. Louie, come here. Let's do the Macarena. Here. Remember this, guys? 1996. Puerto Vallarta? Yes, perfect time for a fiesta. Alexa, turn off Macarena. And I think we'll do,
family room?
No. I think we'll do some mariachi music
find
today.
a device named my Joanna.
Well, thanks. Alexa, stop. Alexa, let's introduce the tunes of mariachi. I think that's going to be great for this show.
Let me introduce you, right?
No. Alexa, play mariachi music. Ooh, your hat fell
Playing
off.
mariachi music from Apple Music.
How cute are we? We dress up for all kinds of occasions. Today is Enchilada Day. Alexa, turn down volume. Alexa, turn down volume. Okay, nice and soft in the background. Here we are back at AZ Julie's Kitchenette on this beautiful Sunday. I think the weather outside bumped up about 15 degrees because my poncho is a little hot. However, speaking of hot, we're doing some spicy dishes today. Well, one of them is spicy, the other one's nice and mellow. We are cooking a traditional cheese and onion enchilada, and we are also going to explore two dishes that I'm combining together for a shut the front door layered chicken enchilada. So let's get started here, folks. I know that enchiladas have a tendency to kind of dry out. Those tortillas sometimes don't want to cooperate. And I have a couple little hidden secrets that I want to share with you guys to ensure that your enchiladas stay super moist during the cooking process. Well, this glove was made for not me. All right. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take our corn tortillas. I'm going to start with like maybe 5 or 6 of them. I would say no more than 7. I have some damp paper towels. And I'm going to put the tortillas on one layer and cover it with another layer. And when I say damp, I mean fully wet all the way through. I'm actually going to put this in the microwave for 30 seconds. And it's going to help kind of steam those corn tortillas and make them a little more pliable when we roll them into our baking dish. So let's get that going. Alicia says hello. I made it. Hi, Alicia. Yay, thanks for joining. Speaking of, oopsies. I can't talk and do this at the same time. There we go. While you guys are logging on, joining us today, feel free to go into the comments. Say ole, say hola, como esta, if you can spell all that. Fiesta, drop a few hearts. Let me know that you're here with me today. I would love to have this little interaction with you guys. So while this is finishing up here, I just want to give my enchilada sauce a quick stir. This is the traditional red enchilada sauce. It's not spicy, but it's full of chili flavor. And what I do, again, to make sure that your tortillas don't dry out in the cooking process, is I spill a couple ladles or spoonfuls into the bottom of the baking dish that I'm going to use. And I just kind of want to swirl this around. Just gives it a little bed of deliciousness to sit on. Now, I put gloves on because this can be a sloppy mess of a dish to make, especially if you had a couple cervezas. That's another comment word that you can use if you like. So I'm going to take my tortilla and I'm going to dunk it into the sauce. You can let this sit for a good 10-15 seconds in the sauce. Really make sure that it's pliable. And then I'm going to take cheese, which I already put onion in just to save a step. You can be so creative with these. Change up your recipes. Add in jalapenos if you want a little bit of zip. See, now like this one broke. Clearly, I didn't let it soak long enough. So let's get number 2 in there. But what you do is you tuck it away, cover it with extra cheese, and nobody will ever know. It's amazing the hidden secrets you can do. All right, this one feels pretty good. So we're going to build a few of these. And Lish, this is for you. I hope you're watching. These are the two little secrets right off the bat of putting your sauce at the bottom and making sure that you steam your tortillas in the microwave. And it just makes it so much easier to work with. My mom see? Goes everywhere. My mom taught me that trick years and years ago. When she was making enchiladas, she's always made enchiladas for us. It's been a family staple all of our lives. And just because I can, I am going to go ahead and do this whole dish. This is a smaller dish. I have one that's already in the oven because I don't have a production team yet. I have my sister who continues to support me all throughout this little journey, which I love. But I had to cook these dishes ahead of time, which is fine with me because that's more for the family, just so that I could show you some important steps. And with the other layered chicken casserole, those enchiladas, there are really some important information to absorb while making those. Like for instance, letting the dish set up before cooking and on and on. We'll get to that when we start cooking those. So see how these just tuck so nicely in this little dish. This is an 8x8 dish. One of my dishes that are currently in the oven is a 9x13. You can do round dishes. You can do whatever you like. This would be maybe for us, well, me and a hot date. I don't know. This is enough for like 2-3 people, I would say. So here we go with this. So I'm going to call this good. What I'm going to do before I pass this dish over is I'm going to spoon over a little bit of sauce right on top. There we go. And then strip off the gloves. Only the gloves when you're cooking. Don't want to burn yourself. And I'm going to top this with a little bit more cheese. Christy's phone is quacking.
And Scott Curry says, "Hola, mija."
Oh, hello, papa. Andale, andale. Yeah. How cute. That's my dad. So cute. So I'm telling you, it is as easy as this, depending on what size dish you want to make, or if you wanted to make multiple dishes and have them in a rotating fashion. If you were doing, say, I don't know, a Super Bowl party next weekend, this is the dish to make to ensure that all your guests have everything you need, that you can just keep them rotating throughout your oven so that they're always piping hot. They can also sit out for a couple hours. No harm, no foul. It's all good. What you do then at this point, take a little piece of foil, wrap it up tight. This is going to go in the oven. This particular enchilada dish only needs to cook, Alexa, turn down volume. She's with me at all shows. Alexa, turn down volume. So like I said, we have some cooking. You want to wrap it up tight in foil, and I'm going to show y'all how I garnish this. We're going to pull both of these out. But we're going to do the garnish in just a moment because I want to, I wanted this to be a surprise. However, I don't know how to surprise you in a small kitchen. Yep, that's the layered, that's the shut the front door layered chicken enchilada casserole. Oh me, oh my. So we're going to get this in the oven The cheese enchiladas really only have to cook for, I don't know, I'm going to say about 30 minutes, maybe 40. Whereas the shut the front door enchiladas, because there's so much going on and it's so much thicker, I would recommend, her phone's quacking again. It's okay. But this I would recommend under foil for 45 minutes and then the last 15 without the foil. So speaking of the shut the front door, we're going to move on to that. Let me make sure that I have kind of a clean space. When we garnish these, I'm doing two different style garnishes. One that's going to be kind of simple, and of course I'm going through the roof with the shut the front door because I can't fill a casserole dish with so much flavor and not continue it with the garnishes itself. So over here, I have this beautiful festive dish. We're going to do a smaller version than what I just pulled out of the stove. And I'm going to use little tiny straight taco tortillas because this is a round dish. I can just layer the bottom, stack on top, and go from there. I don't even have to cut these up. Usually if I do a 9x13 baking dish like I did here, I cut the 8-inch rounds into thirds. It just seems to layer across the bottom of that style pan so much better. So these guys are not going to be dunked in enchilada sauce, which is kind of a shock because my mother's version, I think she calls it Viva Mexican chicken casserole. Anyhow, whatever it's called, it starts off with a delicious base of cream of mushroom soup and your favorite salsa. I typically would have taken the time to make my own salsa, but I ran out of time because I chose to cook the chicken from start to finish here at the house instead of getting one of the rotisseries. But that is a great time saver, and it's perfectly good to just shred right off the bone. You're done. So, but I did want to make some more stock because, you know, the duck stock that I made a couple weeks ago wasn't enough for me. So we're going to have another big batch of soup here soon. What I'm doing, very hearty, healthy portion of this mixture is going to go down at the bottom of my container. The reason for this is because I want the tortillas to sit on a real healthy kind of bed of deliciousness. This is what's going to absorb into the tortilla while it cooks. And something that is important when you make this dish is that you need to make it a good, I don't know, like 4 hours before you're going to bake it. So I recommend waking up in the morning, prepping everything, getting this dish set to go, putting it in the fridge. Go ahead and have your day. It can actually stay in the fridge upwards of overnight if you want to do it the day before. That is perfectly fine. I take these little raw corn tortillas, and you guys, you're gonna die when you see the outcome of this. And I'm just gonna layer this on. I'm gonna grab my chicken. This happens to be the roasted chicken that I did because leg quarters were on sale. I think it was like $1.77 a pound. What's in that dish is my boiled chicken. I just threw a whole bird into boiling water. I added all kinds of vegetables, a little bit of bouillon, makes it real flavorful, and then you just let her go. Falls right off the bone, and then you also have stock. But I decided to take my corn, olives, and jalapenos and mix it in with my shredded chicken. Just another time saver is really all this is. You could go layer by layer, but I already have enough layers going on here. So this is going to be sufficient. And then, of course, I'm going to go into the cheese. I would recommend people that don't care for cheese or can't eat it to stick with traditional street tacos. Just do a shredded chicken or a shredded beef, add in some cilantro and raw onion. Beautiful. Great little substitution. But my family, yeah, I think we just bought like 16 pounds of cheese in the last 2 days. I don't know. We're crazy. So anyhow, that's that. And then I'm going to go back. Here we go. And I'm going to put in another layer of my sauce. This alone Smells so good. It's almost like a 7-layer dip is what it looks like, but there's no beans or anything. But traditional enchiladas, from what I learned way back in the day when I worked at the Arizona Grand at one of their little Mexican restaurants, was that the traditional, authentic enchilada was made flat, not rolled. And I find that really interesting that all of a sudden it was my desire to come up with a layered enchilada dish. So shut the front door on that one. And then we're just going to add in more of the chicken, olives, jalapeno, and corn. Be sure that when you take your corn, if it's frozen, put it in a little strainer for, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes, and just make sure that you're not adding frozen corn to it, because you don't want that extra moisture. The chances of it becoming soupy are a lot higher if you don't make sure that your vegetables are strained, including the jalapenos. They come in that pickle juice. So just make sure that they're as dry as can be. Of course, right on top, cheese. This is my mother's casserole dish. I don't know if she's going to get it back, because this is so cute and festive and fun. And then I'm going to decorate the top of this. I'm still going to garnish after we cook it, but I'm going to decorate the top of this with some halved olives. You can use whole if you like. I think they sit better when they're halved. And just plop them all around. Make a heart design if you're with someone you love. If you're with kids, make a smiley face. Do what you got to do. Or just eat them. I love black olives. Remember back in the day when you put them on your fingers? That's me and my sister for sure. Something fun that we're going to do is replicate the Mexican flag. So I have some verde sauce. It is the green enchilada sauce. And we're just going to go straight down. And we're going to cover 1/3. And then I'm going to take my crema that I made and go right down the center. I don't know why this makes me so nervous. The first one came out good, but it is a little nerve-wracking. But I want like straight lines, like geometry, although not my favorite, was most interesting to me. And I think that I'm one of those kind of OCD people. Does that not look gorgeous? And then from the previous cheese enchiladas, I have the rest of this sauce. It's going to go right on top. Right on top. Now, prior to adding your sauces, if you were to make either 2 batches, or say you were making it ahead of time for your Super Bowl party, if that sounded like a fun idea, before adding your sauces, I would cover it with saran wrap and foil. Put it in your freezer, pull it out 24 hours prior to cooking it, just to make sure that it thaws out. If you freeze it with the sauces on, they're going to crystallize, and so then when it defrosts, it becomes super liquidy. It's not attractive, it doesn't taste good, it takes away from the whole ambiance of this dish. So at this point, because I'm not going to freeze it, we're going to cover this with foil, and it's going to go in the fridge for a minimum of 4 hours. Again, do this the day before. Don't worry about it, it's not going to harm it. The goal is because we're using a soup mixture and then that liquidy salsa, we want to make sure that it has time to set, like set up. Become a little moldy. Not moldy, but like a mold. That's funny. I always have to do something, don't I? I try so hard. I like pray in the shower. And I'm like, baby Jesus, please have me not make a fool out of myself. But I can't help it. It's just a part of me. But you want it to really mold together, hold together, so that when you bake it, it kind of just stays together. There is a reason to the madness. I have done it before without refrigerating it. And again, I have to serve it in that darn soup bowl. So, this is going to go in the fridge. Oh, look at that. There's room right next to all 80 of my beers. So, done and done. Let me put these away. I need to wash my hands because I have some sauce on them. Are you guys enjoying the music? I think it's kind of fun and super festive. I think that after this meal, we're all going to have a siesta. It's going to be super adorable. Oh, where's my other glove? All right. What I'm going to do before, I'm so excited about making this drink. I can't wait to share it with you. What I'm going to do before we pull the cocktail stuff over, I just want to show you how I want to garnish my cheese enchiladas. It's traditional, it's basic, and it's delicious. I take iceberg lettuce and I shred it and I just go right on top. Really pretty little tower. And I take my tomatoes and I stack right on top of that. You could add a dollop of sour cream if you like. I prefer to serve the sour cream at the table and let guests just kind of plop it on if they want. I don't think this needs sour cream. In fact, what I do need to do is go right in. Now, if this has dried up at all, I will tell you. I will be honest, as always, but let me get my plate. But we're gonna go in just to this little side. Ooh, well, oh, see that steam? It is really super hot here. So I'm gonna grab this little guy. And we're just gonna get her right out. Oh. Lish, you'll never go wrong again, I promise, my dear. Follow those little steps and you will have amazing enchiladas every single time. I am going to throw a little bit of garnish on here. Poppy, you still have your poncho on? Mommy does. Let's try this. Let's do it. Definitely blow. It is walking down the streets of Mexico City. Oh, there is a zip to it. I said the sauce wasn't spicy. This has a really great zip to it. It's not overly spicy. It's not intolerable. Wow. Guys, I wouldn't lie. I promise you. 2 thumbs up. So let's set this back off to the side. Well, since we're eating, I may as well show you how I want to garnish this. This is such a fun one. Such a fun one. Look at that. The Mexican flag. So many flavors going on. Jalapenos, corn, olives, all that fun stuff. And I'm going to go a little bonkers. And we're going to, what I want to do, I want to go this way. I need my cutting board is what I'm trying to do. Oh, that cooled off quickly. That's nice. Okay, give me 2 seconds while I group myself here. So we're going to do sliced avocado, scallions, and lime juice. Before I put the garnish on, I want to give a good squeeze right over top. I've never done this before. This is a first, but I thought about it when I was making it and I was like, how do I not put lime juice right over? And I just want to, come on baby, where are you? There she is. Woo! Right over the top. Gorgeous. When I slice my avocados, I go around the avocado itself very carefully. Take a twist, and love it when they come out like this. Take my knife, and I politely plop it into the pit. It is the safest way is to not take off your hand. I'm going to slice this slice this up. And I'm going to grab a spoon. And we're going to fan this right over the top. Oh, whoopsies. No worries there. We're going to do 2 fans right over top. See? Nothing is ever an error. You just go with the flow. Avocados have a mind of their own as well. See? Oh, that ended up really cute.
Gorgeous.
It's beautiful. And then I'm just going to take some scallions. Go right over the top here. I know this is an all green garnish, but it's so bright. And avocados are in season right now. So I really want to utilize them when they're nice and tender and flavorful. And I know cilantro is a very touchy herb. Some people say that it tastes kind of soapy or something like that. I don't think it does. I'm just going to do a light little sprinkle right over the top. I can put more on the table and we can add more as we eat. But boy, I just think that that looks gorgeous. Dare I? Yes, I do. I'm going to go right into the little corner here. So something that's interesting to consider. Every time I see the green sauce, the verde sauce, makes me think of carnitas, pulled pork. You get a pork shoulder, which is the butt, and the butt is the shoulder. I'll never understand why. But if you slow roast that in your oven for about 3.5 to 4 hours, pull it apart, you have carnitas. It's that simple. A little bit of salt and pepper. But I'm going into my favorite sauce. And what I love, see, oh, let's do it. It's time. This is why we want to let it set both times. I set it in the fridge and then I set it out after baking. I was a little nervous to cut into it because I didn't want to have to use a bowl. But after cutting that little piece, we're golden. Wow. Let me get my spatula. And it'll come out and stand right up. It'll come out tall. Ooh, look at all those layers. Gorgeous. Oh, God. If that's not a meal that you wouldn't want to make at your Super Bowl party, I don't know what is. I want to make sure that I get some jalapenos. You could put tomatoes on top of this too, which is so super pretty. Liz? He was singing with the mariachis. No, no. No, no. Oh, hot. Oh, it's good. Perfect amount of spice. I had a medium salsa that I chose to use, and then I added in just the diced jalapenos. Louis, he might need a nap. He needs a siesta. But that has so much flavor going on. That sweet corn gives it such a pop. And those beautiful black olives. Holy moly. My next bite's definitely going to include some avocado. That creamy deliciousness right on top. Through the roof. It's no wonder that they shut the front door. Layered chicken enchiladas. Primo beautiful. Let's get to the fun stuff. Cocktail City. Oh, here. See, I put these here for a reason. You could garnish these little crisscross. Totally edible. These are just sweet peppers. How bright, festive, and cute are they? So glad I remembered. That pop of the lime juice, which I'm now getting, I can't believe what that little citrus does to the flavor of this. I'm going to start doing that every single time. It hits you later. It's kind of odd. I like it. Perfect. So I've been kind of excited about this cocktail. It is the combination of a mojito and a margarita. And I couldn't just combine the two without adding something clever to it, and I chose pineapple. I really wanted that sweet deliciousness come through. I'm not using rum that you would in the mojito. I'm keeping it the tequila part of the margarita, but we'll go step by step. See if you can figure out the distinction of where these ingredients went with the mojito and these ingredients went with the margarita. Combining the two, and it's amazing. Let me grab all my goodies. Okay. So, look at this gorgeous pineapple juice. I'm a concentrate fan, I'm learning. I didn't realize. I found a pineapple juice concentrate that had star fruit in it. If you want an extra sweet kick to your pineapple juice, the star fruit is the way to go. It is so delicious. This will be gone by the end of the night. I have two cute little goblets that we're going to use. I couldn't find, as always, I'm not even unpacking anymore. I kind of gave up. I'm taking a break. But I'm still missing a lot of my kitchen stuff, but I need to muddle, and I can't find my muddler, so here we go. There's always a way to make things work, you know? Well, that's a mound of ice. I didn't realize I did that. However, okay, with a mojito, it is a rum-based drink, a light rum, and you muddle in lime and mint. And I got this cute little mint tree, almost, and I'm just in love with it. I hope it keeps growing. But I'm going to gently tear the leaves, and then I'm going to brutally beat them. I don't know. Came out of nowhere. I don't think that's enough. I want more. And the mint and the lime are going to break down, and all of these beautiful oils are going to be released. Oh, delish. And I have some limes. Give it a squeeze and drop. I'm going to do 3 of these. Why 3? I have no idea, but it's a good amount. And then we're going to just go to town. I know. It'll be over soon, but you got to do it. Do it on a solid surface. Don't spill the tequila. Good Lord. Louis, what was Mommy thinking? It's all broke down. It's all broke down. If y'all can see inside there, you just want to mangle it. Hurt it. It's okay. Sometimes that's what they're there for. I'm going to add in a few of these pineapple chunks, and I'm going to grab some ice. Boy, this is almost like a game. In here, I have my tequila that I spilled. We're going straight in with that. Now, with a margarita being tequila based, you have tequila, triple sec, a little bit of sweet and sour if you like, or a little bit of simple syrup if you like, definitely sweet and sour. I get such bad heartburn as I'm aging gracefully when I drink sweet and sour, so I'm opting for ginger ale. So instead of the soda water in the mojito, or the sweet and sour in the margarita, ginger ale. Perfect, beautiful match. So we have our tequila inside. I'm still going to add in a little bit of simple syrup. And once again, I did use my agave mixture. I really seriously prefer it over the granulated sugar. Now we're going to pour in some of the pineapple juice. Now, like I said in a previous episode, I think it was the apple episode, anything that has carbonation in it, don't put in your tin to shake, because you'll wear it, and that is no lie. Now, if you're outside at a summer party and you want to put your ginger ale in here and shake it and wear it, that's okay, because maybe there's a pool to jump into, but here there's no pool. So my goal is to kind of break up that pineapple that I threw inside. You could also muddle it probably, I guess, with the lime and the mint. But this will break it up beautifully. And over here, I did a combination of sugar and salt because I couldn't decide with the sweetness of the mojito and the tartness of the margarita. I did both. So let me clear some room here. And as always, I'm going to take my little fresh cut lime. I just prefer it over dunking it in those nasty spongy things. This is like no germ to me, so I'm going right in. Real heavy. Cute. I'm going to put in a couple fresh cubes because I'm going to strain right over top. And we'll see if we get a little bit of the mint flecks or any part of the pineapple. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've done this, and I've never done it with the chicken like this. Oh, all kinds of goodness will come out. I hear you in there. I really, literally feel like I froze my tin. Oh, it smells so good, you guys. Oh my. I don't even know if ginger ale is necessary, but we're going to go for it because it's the recipe that I had in my head. Let's see. We're going to do the green star because I've got green all over the place. These cute little things. I love the dollar store. Okay, ready? Let's do a lick. Okay, Puerto Vallarta, 1996. Would have been 10 times better with this cocktail. It is so good. All I can visualize right now is a double-decker party barge and a young man with like palm fronds and sure, feed me grapes, but be sure to keep this full. It's unbelievable. I don't even know if you can wait. Here, have a sip. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm going to go in order here. 1, 2, 3. That's how it is. This is so delicious. I think it needs to somehow end up with me on the kitchen with Sunny and the rest of the crew. Just saying. So now that we've had an opportunity to deck out all of our dishes and make an amazing one-of-a-kind cocktail, which you could substitute strawberries or even mango if you wanted inside that mojito Rita, and it would just be absolutely dynamite, I'm sure, but this pineapple is perfect for me. So beautiful enchilada dishes. So much flavor, they're completely different. That's what I love about taking dishes and really thinking about them before you actually create them. There's so many different things you could do with the shredded beef, like I said with the carnitas. I mean, there's so many different levels that you can take them. And I'm so tickled that this one stood up to me on the plate and didn't just run all over the place. So that is proof, guys, to let it rest prior to baking and let it rest after baking. Mandatory, and it's perfectly delicious. And again, these can sit out on your counter for a couple hours while your guests enjoy all your other yummies. Rice, beans, beautiful salad, like what my sister's gonna make tonight for the rest of our dinner. Stuffed jalapenos coming my way. I can't wait. So I wanted to expand my Spanish because baño and cerveza shouldn't be the only thing that I know. And so I want to say to you, as you continue to create amazing memories, have views across your table, views across your patio, views out your window, I want to say to you, de mi punto de vista al tuyo. De mi punto de vista al tuyo. From my view to yours. Have an amazing rest of your Sunday, and thanks so much for joining us.